giant.
Okay, good evening. LSU lead trails 6-3 here in the bottom of the board. LSU is batting. So we are live here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Good evening, everyone. Once again, LSU Louisiana Tech.
Program in the last 22
Louisiana
years.
Tech
In
leading
college
6-3.
baseball, they're having a down year this year.
So pitch 0-1 as Bianco comes up. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for ball 1. 1-1 is your
Went
count.
to Middle Tennessee on the road, swept them 4
1-1 is your
times.
count.
Split with FIU this past Saturday. Didn't get any games in on Sunday.
Here's your pitch coming up,
Curious if that'll
1-1.
have any implications.
And it's going to be fouled off. So that's going to make the count 1-2 to Bianco.
Drew Bianco
Drew Bianco coming up.
has Beloso at first base. A 1-2 count.
The 1-2 count coming up.
There's Cade with a very short lead.
So Cade Doty on first. That pitch is
Bianco watches that one peel away from the plate.
2-2 is your count.
Drew has driven in 15. He's got 4 homers. His batting average has climbed to 231.
High fly ball.
Bates retreating in a hurry, has room and makes the catch.
That's going to be 2 going.
Beloso returns to first on a deep fly ball caught by Bates.
You see Coach Skip Burton right there in the white top, and the former pitching coach Dan Canterbury, who works for the Tiger Athletic Foundation.
Dan Canterbury,
on
former
his left,
Southeastern
right.
baseball coach as well.
I mentioned how Dan Canterbury's got to be looking at Kyle Griffin on the mound for Louisiana Tech and saying that guy looks familiar, because that's how Dan used to throw when he wore out his arm for 20-plus years as a coach in college baseball.
So Skip Burton,
legend Coach Skip Burton will turn 83 on May 23rd, and
Morgan coming up
that's
here.
going to be a very memorable birthday for Coach
First pitch
Burton,
for
because
Morgan.
the very next day, on May 24th, is the premiere on the SEC network of the documentary about his life called Hold the Rope that Mark Kinderman worked 2 years on, and really excited. We'll be having a world premiere party put on by Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame at the Bears and Baton Rouge, a benefit for the Hall of Fame. But Coach Burton's going to be there.
That's the day before.
Yeah. So it's the world premiere. Mark Kinderman's flying in. We're going to have like 20 minutes of bonus footage that he's going to bring that's going to be seen nowhere else. Warren Morris is coming. We got Todd Walker, Ben McDonald, tons of great players of the past. It's going to be a fantastic event. And you know, the number 83 is significant to the Burtons. You know why? Not only is obviously Coach turning 83, but they moved to Baton Rouge in 1983 to be the head coach at LSU.
So 1-2-1 is your count.
Your birthday.
Oh, and that.
Trey Morgan, 2-1 is your count.
I tried mightily to figure out something significant.
Pitch.
But
down ball.
It just didn't come. I'm sorry.
Second baseman and
Louisiana Tech shortstop Alex Ray bobbles the easy one behind second.
I think Ray took his eyes off of this ground ball a little bit because he saw the runner going to second, maybe starting to figure out no, he just dropped it. I mean, he actually did a nice job looking it in.
Yeah,
watch right here, a big hop.
Bottom of the fourth.
He also knows Trey Morgan can run well.
I mean, it's just hit off the heel of the glove.
That's been ruled a base hit. I can't believe. Oh my!
I think if I'm Trey Morgan, I might Venmo a $10 bill and say thank you.
Wow,
for that ruling.
That's pretty cool.
Here's Dylan Cruz. He has
Dylan
Cruz struck out.
First pitch. Low and excuse me. Blown away for ball 1.
Cruz represents the tying run. He's hit more home runs than anybody else, with the exception of Gavin Dugas for the LSU Tigers. He's got 11.
So pitch coming up here. Here's your pitch. And there for
that's a strike and a nice delivery by Kyle Griffin.
So Kyle Griffin, his inning is
Griffin has to rely on guile and craftiness.
One of them was earned. He struck out
He's been in this position many times in his Louisiana Tech career.
Here's your pitch.
Cruz has not seen Griffin. He lines it to right field. That's down for a base hit.
Left field, base hit.
Here's the throw.
Run's going to be coming home, and they say.
And Dylan Cruz
comes in, makes it 6-4, so cuts the lead to 2. 6-4 runners at first and third. And
a solid single the other
nice
way.
Little hit by Dylan Cruz.
LSU takes
right
advantage
field,
of the misplaced ground ball off of Morgan. And Cruz makes the Bulldogs pay as Beloso comes around from second to score.
If you're in here, want to talk LSU baseball, anything,
an RBI single last
in the
time.
world
He
of
also
sports,
has
come on
bounced into a
down.
double
Please
play.
do.
There's a
I'll let you
right-hander
do it.
warming up in the Louisiana Tech.
So they have a right-hander warming up in the Tech bullpen. 6-4. 2 runs came in.
And LSU is trying to close the gap even additionally, trailing 6-4 now.
Screen. Plays are right on your screen. You'll see it. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 men on base.
Right-handers collectively this year against Griffin are hitting a little above 340.
So Dugas comes up with a 1-2 count, and that's in there for ball 2. 2-2 is your count. Here in the bottom of the
2 outs, a run in, 2 on. Tigers on the corners.
So
Morgan at third, Cruz at first.
So Cruz at first, Morgan at third. Yeah, here's the pitch. Foul away.
Matulia is doing his best to get there, but cannot catch up with the foul ball.
The bullpen side.
That's definitely part of the visiting team not being very familiar with where the mound is, and there's a lot of stuff going on over there down the right field line. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So if you hear the audio, let
6,
us know.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people,
the mic's turned on,
including bags and
hear me,
benches
you hear
and
the
everything
audio,
else down there. Nobody's giving Matulia any help.
Turn it up. We'll turn it up.
Dugas this year has produced 15 2-out runs batted in.
So it's still 1-2.
He's hitting 344 with runners in scoring position.
Well, that's clutch. Those are clutch numbers. Dugas getting a couple good pitches to hit here. He fouled off an 83-mile-an-hour fastball, belt high, and then that one was 84, but a little further away.
He does not have to worry about a heater overtaking his bat, but he does have to worry about plate coverage. One ball, 2 strikes. Griffin will probably nibble here. Louisiana Tech has scored in every inning and leads it 6-4, but the Tigers have produced 4 runs over the last 2 frames. Cruz was leaning. It looked like he might be going. Got a healthy lead. And there he goes. A liner to right field. Base hit.
It'll be a base
hit. One Tiger scores. Cruz will stop at third base. Kevin Dugas again delivers a 2-out RBI.
Yeah, that 344 runs in scoring position going up, and he has been
runners at first and third.
Now 16 2-out RBIs on the year. He had a great approach this at bat too, off of Kyle Griffin. He did not try to pull the ball. He was trying to hit the ball the other way the entire at bat. He stayed patient, and it paid off for him.
And this might be the end of the day for Kyle Griffin.
So end of the day for Kyle Griffin.
LSU has closed the gap to 1. We will have a pitching change.
No pitching change. And that's
right here. Tyler Paulus will come out of the bullpen.
We'll give you,
and we will return in a moment. LSU has closed the gap to 1.
So we'll give you Paulus's numbers while they're at a break. So we'll go ahead and give Paulus's numbers. I'm going to give you those numbers in just a second. Let me go switch to the box score numbers. I'm going to give you those numbers on Paulus. Okay, Paulus. Okay, let's give you his numbers. See if I can pull them up on my screen. I'll get the numbers in just a second. So let me put those up. Let me see if I can grab them. If I can, I'm trying to get the box score from Louisiana Tech box score. Okay, Louisiana Tech box score. Okay, fellas, ERA 6.48. He has 8 and 1 innings of work. He has given up 9 hits, 6 runs, 6 was earned. He walked 8 and struck out 6, so he's kind of not a good pitcher right there. So he's have 8 walks and so 8 walks and 6 strikeouts. So
he's worked 8 1/3 innings with 14 appearances.
I mean, that is. He spends more time warming up than he does actually on the mound. No question.
A 1-1 record, a 6.48 ERA, 9 hits allowed in those 8 1/3 innings. He has walked 8, so there have been a lot of base runners, and he has struck out 6.
Follis is 6'4", 190-pound senior out of Sulphur Springs, Texas.
So he has
his
8
mission
walks
is to retire
and
Cade
6
Doughty.
strikeouts. This guy's Follis. So Cade Doughty comes up here in the
Martinez, Griffin,
bottom
and
of the
Follis
4th. Runners at first and third. Scores
this evening for Louisiana Tech.
6 to 5
Thompson is on
LSU
deck.
on top.
Runners on the corners for the Tigers. Follis works from the stretch, and here it comes.
And that's
Breaking
low.
ball downstairs. Corona
Ball 1
to his right to get it. Three in the third and 2 in the fourth for LSU in its comeback bid. Louisiana Tech leads by 1.
That's going to be
ball 2. That's upstairs.
Upstairs, it's going to be high. Ball 2.
Nobody is throwing right now in the Louisiana Tech bullpen, but there are people
Cade
stretching.
Doughty. Runners at first and third, 2 outs. 6-5.
Wind is blowing from right to left. Cade Doughty has 10 home runs, 44 driven in. This is a capable hitter.
And that's going to be in there for a
3-0.
3-0. So he did not swing on that pitch.
Doughty offered, was able to hold up. On paper, Doughty is a guy you wouldn't mind maybe pitching around, but Zach Arnold on deck has been super hot today, so pick your poison.
Yeah.
Doughty waits. The runner at first is on the move. That's ball 4. The bases are loaded. A 4-pitch pass to Doughty.
Yeah, here at the bottom of the 4th.
The base runners are Cruz, Dugas, and Doughty.
Cruz, Dugas, and Doughty. Cruz, Dugas, and Doughty.
Now, here's the guy you want. If you're Palmineri today, Mr. Double had 2 of them.
So Zach Gordon comes up here.
Came to the ballpark, wasn't even in the starting lineup. And here he is. He's in the game in the 2nd inning, replacing Thompson, and he's had quite the day.
He cracked a double in the 2nd, then did it again in the 3rd, and he's hit by a pitch. And we've got a brand new ball game.
Tied up at 6.
Follis has thrown 5 pitches. They've all been out of the strike zone, and the last one clipped the batter.
Put the plays up.
And LSU is caught back
hit by pitch
from a big early deficit to tie it at 6.
Yep, hit by pitch. That was Arnold. Now, next battle would be
right off of that right forearm, and then it got him in the midsection as well. So
the game's tied up at 6. Bases all loaded, 2 outs. They're 10 to him right now. Hopefully he's okay.
Spineri checking on Zach Arnold right there, and everything looks to be okay. So the Tigers have clawed their way back to tie it, Lynn, and this is an important, the weather is coming. It's just a matter of when, right? And
it is coming.
You've got to play 5 minutes to
be
be
at
an official ball game.
midnight. We should be able to get the game. That's
there's a
why
chance this game doesn't get, all
p.m.
9 doesn't get in tonight.
We're still in the
So they're trying to speed it along. But this is big for LSU to grab a lead if they can, or whichever team to grab the lead while they can before the weather shuts it down.
Because like I said, no matter what, it's a matter of time before the weather starts to deteriorate in Baton Rouge, because all week long
will be the next hurler for Louisiana Tech. We will come back in a moment. Louisiana Tech 6, LSU.
So 6-6. We'll mute it for a few seconds. 6-6 to score. We'll give you numbers on the on their hurler. Let's see what their hurler has. Let's give you their box score. Okay, let's go over to the box score. Okay, Tonkin is coming in. Let's give you his numbers. A 3.91 ERA. He also he has no strikeouts, no walks, no hits, no runs. So that's once again he in a pitch he did not pitch anything. That's Tonkin coming in for Fallis. So that's here in the bottom of the inning number 4. Your score is LSU 6 and Louisiana Tech 6. So so we're here tonight. Once again, thanks for joining us here. So we'll give you a score recap. Let's go ahead and give you the score recap before we we'll get back to LSU baseball.
Tech already has gone 4 deep into its bullpen. Landon Tompkins is the 5th pitcher of the day for Louisiana Tech, and the 4th reliever. A 2-1 record in 15 appearances, a 3.91 ERA, 23 innings, only 16 hits allowed. He has struck out 24. His walk total of 11 is a bit high, but some pretty nice numbers for Landon Tompkins.
So 24, yeah. He had 24 strikeouts. The last one that it showed only 391. But that was his actual stats. 24 strikeouts and 11 walks for Tompkins. So once again, I apologize.
LSU's seeing some of the
they didn't have
better arms for Louisiana Tech here in this important midweek game.
The Tigers return to the bases, and they are fully occupied.
The bottom of the 4th.
Dugas at third, Doty at
loaded.
second.
Score is still 6-6.
Thompson, who was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded, is at first. The pitch to Mitchell Sanford is away, ball 1.
So ball 1, 1-0 is the count.
Fastball by Tompkins.
Sanford at 283. Chops this one up the middle.
And it's going to bring the run home.
He took an odd hop on the backside of the
second run.
And LSU has its first lead of the
So
day.
8-6.
Sanford comes through for the Tigers.
So Sanford gets a 2 out base hit. Yeah, so score is 8-6.
How about Paul Maneri pulling the strings today? He goes to the bench and replaces 3 starters with 3 backups
nice little
in the
base hit
second
up
inning.
the middle to get those 2 runs
really
home.
Played well.
So 8-6 is
Sanford
score.
comes through with a
LSU
big clutch base hit with a couple RBI, and then, of course, Arnold's had quite the day. He's reached base all 3 times. He's been
Doherty today, he's 0 for 2.
The message has gotten across, that's for sure.
I'm glad to see
5-1
inning for LSU. 2 men on base. That's at first and second. 2 outs.
LSU was kept off the scoreboard in the first 2 innings, but it has scored 3 in the third, 5 here in the 4th. And now leads 8-6, even though Louisiana Tech has scored in every inning. Morgan and Cruz and Dugas.
Pitch, that's going to be outside. 2-1.
All with productive at-bats here in this inning.
Tompkins pitched 4 innings, Lynn, on Saturday. against FIU.
It's in there for a strike.
In those 4 innings,
It's
he
even
gave
count.
up 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned. Walked 2, but struck out 5.
2 balls, 2 strikes on LSU's backup catcher. A ground ball to the right side. Taylor Young is in front of it. The out recorded at first base, and the inning is over. But the Tigers
did put up 5 runs in this inning. 5 runs in this inning. Let's give you the numbers on them. Inning number 5. Inning number 4. Excuse me. I'll pull those back up. Okay, inning number 4. Okay, 5 runs on 5 hits. 2 men left on base. So your score is 5-1, 8-6. LSU on top. 8-6. LSU is on top. So let's give you a recap of the scoring. So I'm going to give you a score and play recap while we wait for the SEC Network to return. Okay, top of the first, Louisiana Tech scored some runs. That was in the top of the first, and then top of the second and third, Louisiana Tech scored again. Then LSU started to score in the bottom of the third. And also in the top of the fourth, Louisiana Tech scored their runs on a home run. On a home run, also on a single. Louisiana Tech in the same inning. LSU in the bottom of the fourth scored on 4 times on Cruz single and Dugas. So your score is 8-6 here in the top of the fifth, 8-6.
For LSU, and they've been costly. But the Tigers, on the strength of a 5-run fourth, have taken an 8-6 lead. And Michael
tonight,
Fowler
6.23 ERA,
is
13 innings of work. He gives up 10 hits.
What do we know about Michael Fowler?
7
Well,
and
he's
struck
got a
out
fastball
9.
that'll run up there in the low 90s. Worked
So
on
Michael
total of just
Fowler's,
13
numbers.
innings and 11 appearances. He struck out 9, but has walked 7, excuse me. But Fowler, one
Just
of
like me.
many, many freshmen that are talented
Ronnie
freshmen
Grant's crazy.
on this LSU pitching staff. And I don't know how Allen Dunn and Paul Maneri have been able to manage, 18, 19 guys this spring, keeping them sharp, trying to get them, make sure they have enough work, but not too much work. And that is hard to pitch that many guys during the course of just 56 regular season games.
Netterville takes a slant for a strike.
Netterville strike 1, 0-1 is the count.
6'3", 185 pounds of Trussville, Alabama.
It's a pitch.
He goes upstairs with the fastball at 93.
0-2. Nellyville. So base hit.
That's headed to left field, cut off by the shortstop. A fine play by Zach Arnold, but he had no chance to throw it to first base.
Yeah, it was actually a good
Zach
decision.
Arnold,
not to be
he had a great chance, opportunity to throw. That was a good
that would happen is you could throw this ball away.
Keep it in front of
the right
him,
decision just to hold on to it.
Unfortunately,
we've been talking about how aggressive Louisiana Tech is at the plate. Ronnie, they've been to the plate 5 times to lead off an inning. They have reached base 5 times.
That's why they have scored in all 4 innings so far. We'll see if they can make it 5 for 5.
It's the pitch. In there for ball 1.
How many of those 5 innings were via the walk to the leadoff batter?
I don't think any of them.
None of them, right?
Base hit by Young in the first, base hit by McConnell in the second, a double by Bates in the third, a home run by Corona in the fourth, and that single we just saw from Netterville.
Brings it,
so the statistic will stay the same, where 57.83% of all runners get on base via the walk to lead off the inning score. Just was wondering if the number was going to change.
Not yet.
Pitch coming in.
Here's the 1-1 pitch.
Ooh, that's going to hit him.
That sounded painful.
Yeah, that felt like a lot of bone.
That's definitely going to hit him. So hit by pitch. So runner at first and second for Louisiana Tech and nobody out.
Let's listen to this.
Ooh, that was something.
Side of the knee.
That sounded like
pretty well, didn't he?
That sounded like a truck.
Might be holding back
so
a tear.
I look
but
at it this way.
That was
McConnell gets on first on the hit by pitch, and the other guy never built singles.
That'll leave a mark.
So it's
Philip Matulia has walked and struck out.
Coming up. Here's a pitch. In there for ball 1. 1-0 is the count.
Just as it seems for either side tonight that somebody would move to the forefront and find some comfort.
Pitch coming up.
The other team just keeps coming back, whether it be LSU or Louisiana Tech.
Hot fly left field.
Dugas is drifting for it in left field, and he's got it. Blake Money is warming up in the LSU bullpen. He could be next with the Tigers.
We have somebody in the bullpen. That's Blake Money.
Matulia is 0 for 2. He flies to left field, and here's Corona.
So Corona comes up here in the
Mike Corona homered in the 4th and reached on a fielder's choice earlier.
And there's been a lot of I don't want it, I got it, you take it in this game of both teams. This is a big inning right here. First and second, no outs.
Second, nobody out.
Score if you're Louisiana Tech.
It's going to be in there for ball 1.
Got the 1 out, and now it's up to Corona, who hit a questionable 405-foot homer his last time.
Corona coming up.
I know you thought it was 20 feet shorter than that, but the computer says otherwise.
Yeah, because it's a lot faster. It's your pitch. And there for a strike.
Are you one of these guys that like a 3-point shot in basketball, if you hit it over, say, 415, you get 2 runs?
I would be all for having a 4-point line in basketball. Like have one just way back there.
Yeah. There you go.
I like carnival games. I'm also the guy that plays Mississippi Stud at the casino, right?
Yeah.
I do not know what that is.
Sorry, everybody else does.
Corona.
Fowler just missed on that 1-1. LSU fans wanted it.
A collective groan came up. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and a big one coming from the young pitcher Fowler. It's sliced out of play on the right side. That will be a souvenir.
That time he got it way in, right in on the inside corner. That was a good pitch, 92.
Don't forget, Alabama comes to town.
Yep.
Friday evening. And then afternoon games on Saturday and Sunday.
Yep, there'll be afternoon games.
The 2-2 pitch.
2-2 pitch coming up.
Very tight.
Yep.
Corona was leaning into it and then managed to flinch and get out of the way. Let's check the runners here with 1 out and a 3-2 delivery. I'm not sure they'll be moving. Netterville at second base, McConnell at first. They've reached on a base hit and a hit by pitch. They are not going.
It's going to be ball 4.
Trouble.
Corona gets on base.
Continues to follow LSU. The bases are loaded.
See if
1 out.
Molinari looks like he may stay with him. Blake Money is down there, probably ready to
go.
Look,
he's going to have to start getting his pitches up.
We are seeing here.
Sometimes I'm seeing his pitches
really from
go
everybody who's pitched in
dirt,
relief today
on the
outside.
LSU.
There's just been
he's going to have to
not
start
enough
throwing.
Consistency out of the bullpen.
You got to get these outs.
Just like hitters can get into a rhythm and it's contagious. It can also be the same way for pitchers.
It's going to be,
but they have just not. They just continue to break the chain all day long. No consistency is the right way. There's 9 freshmen on this roster for LSU. 9 freshman pitchers.
And the pitch.
Fowler, one of them.
Fouled off.
So the future is bright. There's 19 pitchers. 19 guys have seen action this year for Pulmonary. 9 of those 19 are first-year players.
Ray at the plate with a count of 1-1. He's been to the plate 5 times. With the bases loaded this year, he's got 1 base hit.
Pitch.
Here it comes. And fouled away again. But the fact, getting back to the pitching with a 5.74 ERA, that's near the bottom in the SEC, and that's not a place LSU is used to being.
You know about that's their SEC earned run average?
In SEC games only.
Yeah, I mean that's almost 6 runs a game. That's way too high.
Yeah, 6 runs a game. Look,
and the thing that's really shocking about that, Lynn, is the confidence that this LSU
like
coaching
Alabama
staff
this weekend.
Like I said, pitching staff
no
coming into
wonder
the year,
why
they really
they're going
thought
to get hits
that
off
they had
those,
the makings of being a very good pitching staff.
LSU pitching.
One of the best in a while. And it just has been weird since day one. It has not come together for more than a couple games at a time.
A check swing.
Check swing, and it's going to be a strike.
Alex Ray could not
Ray
offer.
goes down on strikes.
He got caught in between.
So 2 going to the inning.
And that's a big out.
Watch this breaking ball by Fowler. And it just does check it, right? It goes right up and does break the plane. That's a good call and a nice pitch by Fowler when he needed it with bases loaded and 1 out.
Indeed it was. That's the 2nd out.
So 2nd out of the inning.
But here's trouble. At the top of the order in Taylor Young. He has singled, fly to center, and grounded back to the mound. He's 0 for 4 this year with the bases loaded.
0-1 is the count.
A strike from the youngster Fowler. To the veteran Taylor Young, freshman to senior right here.
Pitch.
A bender and a good one.
0-2, so good offering for Fowler. Good offering to put Taylor
That's
Young
a money
in
pitch.
0-2 hole. Pitch.
The 0-2.
Ground
Lined
ball.
weakly to center
it's gonna
field.
be
It's down for a base hit.
hit.
One Bulldog scores.
One
Another
Bulldog will
crosses
score.
the plate. And that's what Taylor Young does
So
so
the lead
well.
is
He
cut to
fell
1,
behind
8-7.
immediately in the count and then found
now
something
it's
he
8-8,
could
so
punch
2 runs
into
to
center
score.
field.
Oh, what a great piece of
8-7.
hitting right here. He goes down and
Runners
gets it.
at
I mean, that's a
first and
fantastic pitch. You see Doty's glove on the
So
ground. He's
one run
expecting
comes
that
in,
ball
2 runs
to
comes
really
in.
be out of the strike zone. But the veteran hitter, Taylor Young, tracks
That's the
it,
second
puts
run.
the barrel on it, and comes through with a giant base hit for the Bulldogs.
So 2-run
we
inning
are
for the
brand new
Louisiana
again
Tech
at 8.
Bulldogs.
That's his
Here in
30th
the
RBI
top
at
of
the
the
top of
inning
the
number
order.
5.
And here is Hunter Wells, who has
Hunter
well
Wells
scored,
comes up.
been robbed of an extra base hit
See
by a
what happens
tremendous
here.
diving
Here's the
catch
pitch.
by Cruz.
It's gonna
And
be
he had a
swing
single last time. He swings
and
through
a
that
miss,
one.
so it's going to be 0-1.
Hunter Wells made up
Hunter
his
Wells.
mind to swing 5 minutes ago. He said, I'm going to swing on the first pitch no matter where it was, because that ball was completely out of the zone.
Netterville has scored, so has McConnell. Corona is at second base, and Young, after the 2-run single, is at first. The 0-1 to
0-1.
Wells.
And then for a
A quick
strike.
strike. Wells
0-2
falls
is the
behind
count.
0-2. Louisiana Tech has scored in every inning. 2, 1, 1, 2, and 2 more.
Yeah. They scored in the first. They scored in the
Here we
second.
go.
They scored in the third. They also scored in the fourth.
Very
and now they
high.
scored in the fifth as well. So I'm going to tell you, this team absolutely scores. No matter what. They just score relentlessly. Louisiana Tech.
"19 hits already in this game. Louisiana Tech has 10 of them.
So 8-8. So Louisiana Tech's just absolute. Bulldog.
Lake Money is ready to go for LSU in the Tiger bullpen.
Hits.
One
swing and a miss.
And missed. And the inning is over.
So the inning is over. So LSU gets up 2 runs in the inning here. So once again, your score is 8-8. Thanks for coming in. Golden Bear, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Thanks for it. Appreciate it. But once again, we cannot show any live video due to copyright restraints. We don't want to get any trouble. Once again, 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors to men left on base. In the top of the 5th, we're now going to the bottom of the 5th. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate you coming in tonight. Once again, we will have live audio feeds. So that is your score is 8-8. So let's give you an update on some NBA games going on tonight. So I'm going to go through all the scores, and we'll do that until the okay, NBA scores tonight. Nuggets on top 63-60. The Pistons down 62-39. The Miami Heat on top 26-25. And also the LA Clippers on top 34-27. That game's going on. And the Nets on top 8-0. And the Grizzlies on top 5-4. That game's going on in the first quarter. Other games going on this evening into the Warriors will take on Suns. Kings will take on Thunder. And Lakers will take on the Nets. We'll get back to LSU baseball coverage.
8 of them total.
On Facebook, YouTube,
who's going to take
Twitter.
the space theirs out with a score or more in each of the first 5, 8 apiece here. Let's take a look around the SEC. Weekly awards.
How about the week Will Frizzle had?
Oh, Will Frizzle,
5
one of
home
them
runs.
Getting the
Unbelievable. Include the game-winning grand slam. And Texas A&M surprised the league, won 2 out of 3 against Ole Miss. LSU plays them next weekend.
LSU's Trey Morgan is on that list.
So congratulations to Trey Morgan for being the freshman of the week.
Very good effort.
So 538 batting average, pretty good.
For Mississippi State against South
Trey Morgan.
Trey Morgan. Second time in 3 weeks that he's been the SEC Player of the Week. And I'll tell you, he's clearly going to be the freshman All-American at first base. But he needs to have some serious consideration, not just for freshman All-American, but for first-team All-American, period, at first, the year he's in.
Let's see if the Tigers can get back on the scoreboard. We've got an 8-8 game.
1-0
Also leads it off for LSU, followed by Bianco and then Morgan. Cade is 1 for 2 with a run scored.
That's going to be lifted to left field, and that's going to go all the way to the wall. That's going to be a double. Veloso gets the second base in the double.
That is his 9th double of the year. He's 2 for 3, and immediately gets into scoring position.
The runners in scoring position.
There we go, Cade Veloso. Couple of balls hard, 2 hits to show for it. Wants that average to get over 250. He's really a 290, 300 hitter, just wrapped up in a crazy year where he's only hit
Veloso, I'm going to tell you, he's just getting.
He could really make a difference in this lineup if the last month of the season, if he just kind of becomes that 300 hitter that he is.
Bianco comes up here.
Here's Bianco. Let's see what Pulmonary asks him to do.
Tries to bunt.
He looked as though he wanted to bunt and instead takes a strike. Louisiana Tech 33-12, 19-7 in Conference USA.
I'm gonna tell you, they just something.
LSU 29-18 and 6
Good
games
bunt
under
coming down.
500 in the SEC.
Third baseline to throw.
That bunt is well
and that is time. And Drew Bianco gets on third. So first and third for the Tigers, and nobody out. So good bunt.
Nice job by Bianco. That's a
Bianco
sacrifice bunt.
Down
Not intended to be
and they throw it.
A base hit, but that's exactly what he did.
And clearly safe at first base.
Yeah, he beat it out, no question about it. Taylor Young kind of maybe waited a little too far back, the third baseman, as far as he needed to come get it. Or second, I'm sorry, that was Hunter Wells over there at third base. Just a little tardy coming to get it. I thought he was a little too passive. Needed to come attack that ball.
Trey Morgan
quicker, and he's going to make the decision to field it, and he waited, and Bianco showed some nice wheels.
Here's Morgan. He's 2 for 3.
So Morgan comes up.
He's hit safely in 7 straight games.
That pitch could be outside.
He's got 13 base hits over that span. He could easily be 3 for 3 tonight. He lined out deep to left field to open the game for the Tigers, and since then has singled twice and scored twice. The game has not been too big for Trey Morgan in his rookie year.
Look how he chokes up off the bat. I mean, he's got at least 2 inches.
He
chokes up off the knob. Pick off a little too close for comfort over there at first base. But Bianco, look at Morgan. I mean, that's not with 2 strikes. I mean, that's just 0-0 count. That's how he holds the bat. It gives him tremendous control.
Roll back to first. Still safe.
He's also been a magnet of sorts at the plate. He's been hit 13 times.
Another great left-handed hitter that did that, used to choke up a lot, was Barry Bonds. I mean, you know, of course, with 2 strikes, a lot of guys choke up. But not,
chop to the left side. No play for the shortstop.
And the run will come in.
Base hits, and the Tigers
nice
regain the lead on the RBI chopper to the left side.
But to the left field side.
Now 14 base hits for Morgan in the last 6 games.
Nice little base hit.
Yeah, that's incredible. Last 7 games.
The run will come in. Makes it 9-8.
And we're only in the 5th, by the way. I mean,
this is
like I said,
a shootout game right here between Louisiana Tech and LSU.
That base hit will get the Louisiana Tech bullpen story.
Here in the bottom of the 5th, 9-8 is the score. Runners at first and second.
Kyle Krieger is warming up.
Bianco and Morgan at first and second.
Tigers with 3-5-1 in their last 3 at-bats.
So that's going to make it 0-1.
Against a variety of Louisiana Tech relievers. Cruz takes a strike. He has walked, he has struck out, he has an RBI single.
Pitch. Coming up.
The runner at second is on the move.
And
this ball is grounded to the right side.
No.
It's misplayed.
Oh, it's a misplay.
Between Young and Ray. Ray, for the second time.
So the base is now once again loaded. With no one out.
Going to force out at second base.
I think Young was too stiff.
I mean, Louisiana Tech, like I said, they overplayed this ball right here. That's what they did. They overplayed it.
He can't pull it out.
He tried to throw it to second,
and then he threw the bullet flip.
But that was the way he overplayed it.
That is a giant mistake for Louisiana Tech. You've opened up the floodgates here because you should have at least gotten 1, maybe 2, and you get nothing.
So once again, you score 9-8. Bases are loaded.
For Gavin Dugas.
Gavin Dugas comes up and a hit by a pitch.
Another run
so the
comes
run
in.
will come in. So it's 10-9 LSU.
LSU, the second time today they've scored a run off of a hit by pitch.
And Louisiana Tech is going to make a pitching change right here.
So that's going to be Kruger.
Let's go back and fill you in on that play off the bat of Cruz. It's going to be a fielder's choice and an error on the shortstop. So this should be Krieger coming out of the bullpen.
So it's Krieger.
That's Kyle Krieger, 6'2", 180-pound righty, from Corinth, Mississippi, went to Itawamba Community College. You know what former NFL great went to Itawamba Community College in Mississippi, Lynn? None other than New Orleans Saints all-pro receiver Joe Horn.
He has a 4.20 ERA, 15 innings of work. He has 15 hits given up.
With a 2-1 record, 4.20 ERA, 15 innings, 15 hits, 11 strikeouts.
So that's Kyle Krieger. That's his 10th appearance.
This is his 10th appearance.
Louisiana Tech.
You know, Ronnie, just a few feet from us in the next booth, there is the veteran Dave Nitz in his 48th season as voice of the Bulldogs. And he has announced his retirement from football and basketball. He'll tell you very forthrightly that baseball is his first love. He did over 30 years of minor league baseball after the Louisiana Tech seasons. But Dave Nitz, the voice of the Bulldogs for 4.5
what a great legend Dave Nitz has been.
Will not be at the football or basketball mic for the first time in a long time.
Like I said,
next year, but he will retain
these guys right here, like Lynn Rollins,
congratulations to Dave Nitz,
Jim Hawthorne. These guys absolutely inspired what I do here, what I do best here. It's called games.
Inducted to Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. We talked a lot of baseball that weekend because
I may not be like these guys, but I try my best. So,
football,
once
baseball,
again, the score is 10-9.
And then, you know what, doesn't take any time off in the summer. Goes right into minor league baseball
loaded.
He's got to love it.
And no one out
Highway Dave
in the game. Doherty coming up.
You know, he's done right at 5,000 games.
My goodness.
Wow. 5,000 games. I'm going to tell you, Dave Nitz.
Not by much.
That's Iron Man's right there. Pitch is in there for a strike. That's
LSU leading 10-8.
Doherty coming up.
It's the second two-run lead that the Tigers have had. 10 runs, 12 hits for LSU, 8 runs, 10 hits for Louisiana Tech. Krieger working a pitch
for Krieger, and that is going to be inside for ball 1. 1-1 is your count.
Well, it appears the 7:23 will be right
on
time.
Once again, folks, if you're hearing that train sound through the mic, that is a train that's right at Alex Box Stadium. So if you're not familiar,
chop to the shortstop. He'll take it himself, throws to first, and it's plucked.
In time.
Blocked by
Garcia
at first base. That's a heck of a play.
So nice little
Manny Garcia.
Nice little defensive play.
LSU gets another run out of it and takes its biggest lead.
Palmineri, I think, is going to ask him.
Oh, wait a minute. Yep.
He wants to. I think he's going to probably ask him for a replay.
I think they should have a replay.
Oh, Hunter Keel, a student assistant coach, was over the first base coach for LSU, was signaling to the bench that he said, he's the one that told Coach Maneri to review it. He thought he was safe. And I'm assuming he's thinking the first baseman's foot's off.
So here's the play. He goes right to shortstop goes to first. He situation over, and he kind of
right there where Ray. I think Ray rushed to throw more than he needed to. It was kind of
a hard throw right there.
It was a hard throw
towards first. His foot looked like his foot was.
Yeah, he is safe.
Look, his toe looked like it's close.
Was able to make the right decision there. It looked as though
barely was off
that there was no contact
by
Garcia.
Right
a very nice play by him to field that, but he could not maintain contact with his foot, it appeared.
Ray, the shortstop, had time to turn his body and get a throw off. I give him plenty of time. Instead, he off balance, jump throw, Derek Jeter style, except Derek Jeter retired a few years ago, and not many people could do that. And I think Hunter Keel, the first base coach for LSU, is also the student assistant. Just earned his scholarship right there for the spring by accurately telling Coach Maneri to challenge the call.
So the umpires will be reviewing and then coming out. And we will find out very shortly how this will go. The umpire dressing room is right up that tunnel to the right. It's very spacious. It's well done. That's where they review the plays. And it is indeed, the runner is safe at first.
The runner is safe. Instead of getting 2 outs, they
foot
got
is not
1 out.
in contact with the bag.
Yep,
He
his
finally
foot was,
catches
like I
it,
said,
and he
foot
reaches
was
back
right
for the bag, but it's not until after
towards-
Doty has run through first.
towards that bottom of the bag, so his foot was right on that left side of that.
So it's an
bag,
RBI
so
fielder's choice.
Unfortunately, the play is only
And
results
Zach
in 1
Arnold has had
out.
a big day coming off the bench, has doubled twice. He's been hit by a pitch with the bases
So
loaded.
Zach Arnold comes up 2 for 2. He has a double hit
LSU
by
now
pitch.
has scored 3 in the third,
RBIs
5
tonight,
in the fourth,
today,
and 3 in the
hitting
fifth.
257. He's has 5 homers and 20
Not many times,
ribbies.
Ronnie, do you score in every inning like Louisiana Tech has done, and yet you find yourself trailing.
Pitch. The runner gets back to first. So the runners are at first and third, corner side.
No, this is big at bat to Zach Arnold because, I mean, if he gets 3 hits coming off the bench, he's making a big case for himself to get in that lineup this weekend.
So it looks like he's going to bunt, and that is a strike.
That was a change
So
up.
0-1.
Good one.
Tried to bunt, so 0-1. Pitch. Bunt.
That's bunted foul straight back over the catcher's shoulder.
Pop foul, so it's going to be 0-2.
Arnold out of California.
I mean, Arnold's trying to get that bunt down. That's what he's trying to do. Like the first
Both
one.
bullpens have been
turned
plenty
into
busy today.
a single. Let's see if they could try to get this.
Nick Ellis
bunt
is the
down,
latest
try
to get ready for Louisiana
Get
Tech.
the squeeze home if they want. See if they can try to get a squeeze down the throat. Is going to first, and the runner still stays at first.
The radar is showing that we might get some rain and perhaps thunder and lightning
Yeah,
in the
I
offing,
mean, because
not
that rain
too
is
far
definitely
away.
going to
But
be moving
right
and
now,
swinging and miss.
LSU
So
trying
that is
to
how he goes down on
hold
strikes.
on to the lead and add some more here.
2 outs in the inning.
Krieger was
Mitchell Sanford comes up here in the
placed 0-2 pitch. Watch
bottom
where
of
the
the fifth.
location is on this one. I mean, that is outstanding.
Yeah, he swung right through that
Trying
pitch.
to protect the plate. That was an
Swung
82 mile
right
an
through
hour
that pitch.
pitch with a little movement down and away, and couldn't get it.
Here's Mitchell
So
Sanford.
Mitchell Sanford comes up 296 batting average.
He's been to the plate 3 times.
So
He has
he's
walked.
been,
He has stolen a base. He has bounced out
Let's give you his
1-4-3
numbers.
and had a 2-run
Mitchell
single
Sanford
last time.
1 for 2 today. He has 2 RBIs. So in the game, so it's 1-0 should count. Let's scroll this back up and you can see the actual score across the screen. Cut this down. It's going to be fouled
LSU
off.
has crooked number
1-1.
totals in its last 3 innings. 3, 5, and 3. Countering 2, 1, 1, 2, 2 for Louisiana Tech. It's got to be a lottery number in there somewhere.
Yeah,
That's the unfortunate facts. And that
that is
pitch
amazing
is going
that
to be
Louisiana Tech
2-1.
has scored 8 runs and as you mentioned, scored every single inning, but yet they trail by 3.
And they've had their
I mean,
leadoff
you-
batter
you-
aboard in
Well,
every
Mitchell
You
single
just
inning.
Sanford.
never see that.
Pitch. Pop up in the left field.
McConnell drifting
and
to
it's
his
gonna
right.
be Caught.
Makes the catch
And
and
the
the
inning
inning
is
is over.
over.
But LSU adds 3 to its total and takes an 11-8 lead as we go to the
So,
6th inning in Baton Rouge.
3-run here in the bottom of the 5th. We go to the top of the 6th. Your score is 11-8 LSU on top. We have to mute the sound, so we'll give you the scoring plays after 5. So let me go ahead and give you a scoring plays after 5. Okay, scoring plays for LSU. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, 2 men left on base. So that's in the game. Score is 11-8. LSU on top. We're going to the 6th inning. So let's give you the some MLB scores. I'm gonna go ahead and move this over to the side just in case you'll still see my face, but I'm gonna have my face. I'm gonna give you some scores. some MLB scores in just a second. Let me pull these up. I'll get that up in a second. Okay, MLB scores here on while we wait for the games to return. Okay, Indians on top in the bottom of the 7th, 3-2. Also, the Pirates on top, 4-1. That's in the bottom of the 6th. Yankees on top, 2-1, bottom of the 5th. Also, Phillies on top, 3-0. That's in the top of the 5th. Also, Orioles and Mets scoreless, and Tigers and Royals in the bottom of the 4th is scores. So getting back LSU baseball scores 11-8 here in the Blake money coming in.
On to
let's give you his numbers.
The lead.
1-2.
This is his 14th appearance.
ERA. 26 innings of work. He has 35 hits given up.
At 9, 26 innings, 35 hits, 27 strikeouts. So he can do that. He's walked 10. He's had a couple of SEC starts that didn't go so well. Ronnie, on occasion, he's pitched much better than those numbers would indicate, but he's also had some rough outings.
The first 2 months of the year, he was
top of inning number 6.
Pitching pretty well. It's been a tough
pitch
go
the last
3-4 weeks, but they'd like to get Blake Money back on track.
At
one point in time, he was probably one of the top 3 or 4 relievers for the Tigers out of the bullpen.
Parker Bates at the plate. He's 2 for 3. He has singled, he has doubled, he has scored. And he has popped up to the second baseman.
So 0-2. Parker Bates, 2 for 3 for him. That's a double. Hits coming up here.
The big right-hander delivers. This ball is hit high and deep. Cruz looks like he might have room, and he does.
So it's going to be caught. One gone.
Off the bat, I thought that ball might have a chance of leaving the ballpark, Lynn, but the wind is giving assist to the flag out in center field because
top of the 6th.
The wind is blowing in from right.
Still 11-8. LSU on top here on top of the 6th.
You see Old Glory right there blowing pretty strong right to left.
That's the first time Louisiana Tech has not had its leadoff batter aboard.
That's going to be high and away, ball 1. You can see it on 0-1. Hits coming up.
Garcia has bounced into a double play. And he rips this one, but right at Bianco, who was playing him perfectly.
Just absolutely just made a great catch.
Drew did not have to move, and that liner got to him in a hurry. Garcia is 1 for 4 with an RBI double, and he twice has lined out. Last time, he nearly knocked the glove off of Doty at third base.
Garcia played pepper with Bianco right there. Couldn't hit it any better. Just
that was a good hit, but Bianco was aware.
I don't think either team
hits
has gone down without a base run.
In the dirt,
obviously,
1.
Louisiana Tech has
1-0 we should count.
Since in each of the first 5 innings, their first batter got aboard.
Steely,
this would be the first true 1-2-3 inning.
Tonight.
LSU sent only 3 to the plate in the first, but there was a double play involved.
It's going to be grounded to.
And I spoke too soon. Louisiana Tech with those hitters who can do it throughout the lineup.
So it's going
to
be a
ringing double by Netterville. It's his second base hit.
Gets a second double.
It comes with 2 outs. He got all of this one, Ronnie.
Yeah, I mean, these Tech hitters, Lynn, are not getting fooled. I mean, even the outs are loud. And Netterville, who a great player in high school at Bird High, you know, his grandfather was legendary Tech wide receiver Tommy Spinks, who was inducted into the Tech Hall of Fame back in the late 80s.
What do you think the velocity was for that one off the bat?
I'm going to say $113.
I would say maybe about $112.
102.
And a half.
Which is still good.
That was a good
hit. Don't have that natural track man instinct, do I?
going to be a ground ball.
Backhanded by Arnold.
And the ball is on
Good throw to first base. Well done by Zach Arnold on a ball that was peppered by Cole McConnell. So a 2-out double by Netterville.
So the inning is over. So once again, you score 11-8. We go to the bottom of the sixth. LSU on top 11-8 here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We have to mute the sound due to so let's give it the inning for the sixth. Let me grab that sixth inning plays and give it to you. Okay, the inning, one hit, no runs, no errors, one man left on base in the top of the sixth. So we go to the bottom of the sixth, scores 11-8 here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Thanks for joining us here live. Let's see who's in the broadcast tonight. We're going to watch the screens. I'm going to check. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm looking at the screen. If you're in here, you want to comment tonight about LSU baseball, or if you want to comment about anything in the world of sports, just let us know. We will accommodate you in a way. So let's give you an update on some games going on in the. Let's continue with Major League Baseball. In the bottom of going to the sixth inning, A's and Red Sox tied up at 1. Braves on top 2-0. Also, Cardinals and Brewers, no score. And also in the bottom of the second, the Astros and Angels scoreless. The Minnesota Twins on top 1-0. Runners at first and second. San Francisco wins 4-2. So that was in their game. And we'll get back to LSU baseball here in the bottom of 6.
Louisiana Tech, 8 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. LSU, 11 runs, 12 hits, a couple of errors. Braden Doty at the plate. And a quick count of 1 ball, 1 strike.
1 ball,
Doty,
1
the
strike
first hitter for LSU. In the bottom of the 6th inning, we have been rainless so far after torrential rain.
Hits in there for
in the hours before the game.
Ball 2-1 should count.
Ronnie, I can tell you that through mid-May, approaching mid-May,
hits
Baton Rouge and surrounding areas
fouled off.
have received 10 inches more than normal of rain for this time of year.
Really?
Since the first of the year.
Wow. Well, that goes to show you how...
ground ball going to...
Can anybody recover and make a
throw?
play? No.
And no. So then field hit for Braden Doty.
Krieger was unable to field it. And there was no chance for Taylor Young, the second baseman.
So Beloso comes up here in the bottom of 6.
That an error. Me too. He's off the mound, moving towards the
2 for 3 for
and that's what they'll call
Beloso. He has 1 double today.
The fact that we're playing here today, the field's in fantastic shape. Just goes to show you how awesome Alex Fox and the grounds crew does. Because right down the road, 45 minutes down the road, they have the South Bay Conference softball tournament going on, and they've got an artificial surface infield and just natural grass outfield, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah, and they canceled all their games today, and they tried to play tonight. So, I mean, even with the artificial surface over some of that field, it's still it's too wet and all in the other parts to play. So it goes to show you how great of a job this field does draining.
Yeah.
Beloso.
And there for a strike.
Started to swing, held up, took a strike. That's a nice delivery by Krieger.
Beloso.
90 miles an hour, and that fastball by Krieger absolutely painted the outside corner. Beloso is 2 for 3. He's hit the ball hard 3 times. He has scored twice. He's got a single and a double. We play in the bottom of the 6th inning.
It's going to be a ground ball.
Beloso hits it to the shortstop. There's one out. The relay to first. Here's the second out.
So that's 2 out.
Do they dare challenge again? First base coach Hunter Keel gave the signal to
Coach Maneri. Coach Maneri is going to use his second challenge.
He won the first one.
Each coach gets 2.
It's 2 challenges.
He won the first.
I knew it's probably going to be an out.
I thought he was safe.
He had a
by
pretty
the
good
naked eye.
the throw. He had a good throw right there, but the throw at first, and yeah, he got. Let's see. Looking at it on the angles,
close.
And it is going to be a very close call.
Safe. Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be safe.
Let's check some other SEC scores. Morehead State and Kentucky canceled. UAB and Alabama canceled. UT Martin and Mississippi State canceled.
Yep.
Clemson is leading South Carolina, 25th ranked South Carolina, 3-1 in the 6th. And Veloso is safe.
Yep, so it is safe.
Florida and Stetson are in the second.
Once again,
score.
Paul Maneri
Tennessee has an 8-0 lead in the 6th inning over Tennessee Tech. Auburn and Samford postponed. Arkansas and Arkansas State are in the 3rd inning with no score. North Alabama leads Vanderbilt in the 2nd inning, 1-0. And Little Rock and Ole Miss postponed.
Drew Bianco comes up here.
You're up to date in the SEC.
The one down on third base line.
For the first side and a much better delivery from third base by Wells.
Brings up 2 outs. So the runner goes over the second.
Bianco with a good bunt directionally, but it was a little too hard. Wells came on and fielded it nicely, got rid of it in a hurry. But he did his job. He moved the runner up, but I think in that case he was definitely bunting for a base hit though with 1 out. Hope Eddie Newsom doesn't start to take it personal over there. The first base umpire been overturned a couple of times.
That'll be a sacrifice bunt for
good
Bianco.
Sack bunt by Bianco.
And here's Trey Morgan. He's turned away by that pitch. Morgan lined out deep to left field to open the ball game for the Tigers. And since then, he has scored 3 times, reaching base on 3 singles. He's also stolen a base and has an RBI.
Pitch. That's going to be low in third.
Morgan has one of those curious little mannerisms. After every pitch, he'll spin away very rapidly. This is a freshman who's had a big impact in the SEC. Ronnie, you pointed it out earlier that not only are his overall numbers approaching gaudy, he has had no drop-off. In fact, he's been more effective against SEC pitching than he has non-SEC pitching.
That is not common. I mean, usually it goes the other way. Guys come into the season with a giant non-conference, 350 average non-conference, and then it goes down from there.
This one is going to leave the ballpark, but it is very much foul.
Morgan, I think, has hit 394 in SEC play with 6 games left to go in the regular season. That's
Todd Walker.
No, it really is. I mean, that's up there as one of the greatest freshman seasons ever.
Cruz is on deck. There are 2 outs.
Swing and a miss.
That's a good off-speed pitch.
3-2 is the count.
Let's see what Krieger does with 3 balls, 2 strikes. Veloso takes a lead from second. Morgan has his 4th base hit. Veloso rounds third. And he will score without a throw. Morgan's going to second, and it's going to be out by a mile.
Run off, so it's going to be
They'll get him in the pickle here. And he's tagged out. But an RBI single by Trey Morgan. I don't know what he was thinking trying to get to second base.
He misread the deal. He was going to second because he was trying to draw the throw instead of it going home. But the runner was going to score from home easily. There was no reason for him to take the big turn and to get thrown out kind of on purpose.
That right there by Morgan, he should learn from that. When you get to first, you stay on first. You don't go try to go get yourself into a rundown. That's something that wastes at bats. So once again, Trey Morgan is out at second on a rundown. So in the inning, let's give you the inning of for LSU: 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, no men left on base. Your score is after 6 is 12-8 LSU here in the top of the 7th. So they're going to be batting. Matelia is coming up the bat here in the top of the 7th. Score is 12-8. So let's give you an update on some NBA games going on tonight. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the NBA side. And we'll give you an NBA scoreboard update. Okay, the Yankees on top 2-1. That's in the bottom of the 6th. We'll give you an update on some NBA games going on. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the NBA scoreboard. Okay, NBA scoreboard. It is 91-86. Denver on top. That's in the 3rd quarter. Also, the Timberwolves on top 84-62. Miami Heat on top 62-56. Also, the LA Clippers on top 60-52. And the Philadelphia 76ers on top 42-35. Chicago Bulls down 53-39 to the Brooklyn Nets. And the Memphis Grizzlies on top 41-39. That game is still in the 2nd quarter. The other games will begin around 8 o'clock. Will be Bucks, Bucks, Magic, Suns, Warriors, and Thunder, and Kings, and also Lakers and Knicks. So that is going to be later. So Trent Bittmeyer coming up, 6.30 ERA. He has 10 innings of work. He also has 11 hits given up. He walks 4 and struck out 8.
4, 5, 6.
6 different pitchers so far, and we're only playing here in the top of the 7th.
12 pitchers for both teams today.
So 12 pitchers is.
Oh, my.
And that's going to be a good defensive play.
With a
Trey Morgan gets the first
catch. A well-hit ball by Matulia.
Matulia gets
but Morgan did not let it go past him.
That's got to be like at least the 4th line drive. I mean, that's been snagged by an LSU infielder. I mean, just an atom ball. That was actually a great play by Morgan because that's a double. That ball gets past him. They got a runner in scoring position and probably going to at least get one this inning. But what a fantastic defensive player he is over there. We forget about that now that the offense is just exploding.
Gets is in there.
Here's George Corona.
Corona coming up. George Corona.
He had a home run count on
George Corona.
He's 1 for 2.
Pitch coming up. That's going to be in there for ball 1.
Trent Bittmeyer. This veteran out of Pennsylvania.
Pitch. And that for strike.
That's a dandy, just above the knees on the outside corner. Bittmeyer has 1 long string dangling from that black glove.
So, pop fly to right field, and that's going to be caught. 2 gone.
Well, Ronnie, for the 2nd straight inning, Louisiana Tech needs a base runner to keep its streak alive of having a base runner in every inning. Louisiana Tech has not been retired 1, 2, 3 tonight. Here's Alex Ray.
So Alex Ray comes up.
Alex Ray, the 9-hole hitter in the lineup, came into today hitting 270 on the year.
It's going to be in there for
started 42 of 45 games.
Count. Alex Ray comes up here in the top of the 7th, 2 outs of the inning.
Ray is 1 for 3 tonight.
It's going to be fouled off.
He had an RBI fielder's choice in the 2nd. He had a single and scored a run, and then he struck out.
pitch.
Ray muscles up and drives this one deep to left center field.
Off the wall.
It is off the wall, and Ray is on his way to second base.
Go to second,
and once again, Louisiana Tech refuses to go back to the dugout or go to the field without a base hit or without a base runner.
He picked up their 12th hit of the night. This one was about one Wheatie shy of being a homer.
Yeah, almost. That was close.
So Ray muscles up and hits one off the wall in left center field. That comes with 2 outs. It's his 7th double of the season. And here's Taylor Young, who's 2 for 4 with a couple of runs driven in and a run scored at the top of the order. 12-8.
12-8.
LSU leading.
Pitch is in there for ball 1.
The first time these teams played back in early February, LSU was a winner 16-7. The 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Pretty good changeup and got it in on his fist too.
Yeah, good off speed. I mean, had a lot of sink to it. One of the best pitches Vittmeyer's thrown here this inning.
Helmers, Hasty, Mealis, Fowler, Money, and Vittmeyer on the mound for LSU.
Yeah, a lot of pitches tonight.
And plenty of time for more.
Yep.
There is another right-hander throwing. Ty Floyd is getting ready.
That's going to be ground ball
to the shortstop. Rolls up his
and in there for
and a recovery and an out at first base.
I think we're going to get a challenge. Is what we're going to get.
Already, it has been summoned.
So
we could have the hat trick here.
I think he's safe.
We could have the hat trick if he is safe.
Now, if he's safe, Eddie.
No, we could have the hat trick. He would be over.
They are going to challenge
smash Zach Arnold, boots it. That's not going to make Pulmonary happy. But a nice recovery, throws a strike.
That was a strike. That was an out. That was an out.
But that's not a hard call for an umpire, or shouldn't be. A quarter of a step is a mile for an umpire.
This is going to be a tough one for Eddie to come out of that locker room with the safe signal. That's going to be a long night.
He'll man up, though.
He has to. Doesn't have a choice.
No.
This shouldn't take long. Let's put it like that.
You know, these...
Here we go.
Yeah,
these reviews should be, let's see, should be sponsored by like an eye surgery institute or something like that.
Absolutely.
That was a bad. That was a bad chopper right there by the shortstop for LSU. He threw a good strike, but it is unfortunately it is what it
How
is.
often do you go over 3 at first base?
Tough night for the veteran umpire.
So 2 outs in the inning. Runners at first and third.
So an error on the shortstop. The Tigers have been far from flawless defensively.
Yeah.
But still lead 12-8.
So swinging a miss.
Pitch by Vittmeyer.
Right.
To Wells. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Wells has walked and scored. Cruz made a tremendous diving catch on a hard-hit liner. Back in the second,
between LSU and Louisiana
Wells singled in the fourth, and he struck out in the fifth. Doty hangs on to that one. Ty Floyd getting ready for LSU.
Ty Floyd's getting ready. So if anything does break, they'll probably have to send him in. That's going to be popped up towards the third base side.
Is chasing it and has room.
Catch.
Right at the dugout.
And the inning is over.
Hunter Wells fouls out to Kate Doty. He goes as far as he can.
Okay, Doley absolutely makes a great catch.
Leans, he's got it, and the inning is over.
Towards the Louisiana Tech first base.
LSU leading and coming to the plate in the 7th.
So here in the bottom of the 7th, LSU on top, 12-8. Let's give you the plays here after 7. Let's give you the plays. Okay, 7 play inning. Okay, no runs, 1 hit, 2 men left on base in the top of the 7th. We are going to the bottom of the 7th. LSU still leading 12-8. Here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We are live tonight. LSU baseball. Also tomorrow night we'll have Pelicans and Dallas. Also tomorrow night we will have the scheduling special that will be tomorrow night as well. So before tomorrow night's game, so we will have that schedule special. New Orleans Saints, if you want to come in. So let's give you a scoreboard update. Let's go ahead and give you the scoreboard update. Okay, NBA scoreboard update here. Okay, it is Nuggets on top 91-86. Detroit Pistons down 95-71. Miami at halftime leading 62-56. LA Clippers on top 66-54. And Philadelphia on top 57-42. And second quarter, it is Brooklyn on top 62-48 and Memphis on top 49-48. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. New pitcher for Louisiana Tech.
A couple of hours without rain,
Nick Ellis.
But it's coming down now.
8.10 ERA.
And Nick Ellis is the new pitcher for Louisiana
ball,
Tech. He is
and that's going to go up the middle for a base hit.
From Cruz.
So Cruz starts off the inning with
Dylan
a
Cruz
single.
Collects his second hit. And he's been on base 3 times. Make it 4 times when you count a walk and a fielder's choice.
Nick Ellis in the game. He's a 5'10", 170-pound left-handed pitcher from Keller, Texas. Junior college transfer, went to Odessa College. It's the 11th appearance on the year.
Dugas has bounced into a double play. He's got a pair of run-scoring singles, and he also has scored twice, and he was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. So he is 2 for 3. 12 home runs for the LSU left field.
Yeah, it's going to be in there.
Nick Ellis has not pitched in a couple of weeks. He last threw a couple of times in the Marshall Series back on April the 25th.
Swing and a miss.
The changeup right
1
there.
and 2.
It sure was.
Did have one relief appearance where he worked 2 2/3
Hits
innings
coming
that
up
came
here.
against ULM back in March, but everything else has been, 1 inning or less.
And bring the count 2-2. To
2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Cruz at first base after his second hit of the game. He's got a fairly sizable lead. And stretches it by a few inches and draws a throw.
To the first runner at first stays put.
LSU didn't score until the 3rd, but they've been good since then. 3 in the 3rd, 5 in the 4th, 3 more in the 6th, the 5th, and 1 in the 6th.
Low in the dirt, so it brings the count 3-2.
More than counters Louisiana Tech, scoring in the first 5 innings, 2-1-1, 2-2. "26 base hits in this game, 5 errors.
Yeah, that's a pretty
And
good
20 runs
concept.
combined.
26 base hits. His pitch. That's going to be ball 4. So runners at first and second and nobody out.
Ellis has faced 2 batters. They both reached.
So Horner comes up.
Kate Doty comes to the plate. He's fouled out. He has walked twice. He has scored a run. He has an RBI on a fielder's choice.
So Cade Doughty comes up. Here in the bottom of the 7th, 12-8, LSU on top. Here's your catch. It's going to be a pop fly right field, and that's going to be caught.
Right fielder Matulia makes the play.
So it brings one
goal
in
the
inning.
LSU 7th. Louisiana Tech will be home for its final 2 series of the season before the Conference USA tournament. Texas San Antonio will be the opponent on the 14th, 15th, and 16th, the doubleheader in the middle game of that series, the middle day of that series. And then Old Dominion will come to town.
Pitch in there for ball 1. Zach Arnold coming up 2 for 3 today.
Again, the Conference USA tournament hosted by Louisiana Tech, 26th through the 30th. Every game except the championship game will be available on ESPN Plus.
It's going to be a ground ball.
That's smacked on the ground into left field for a base hit. It's going to produce another run.
That's going to be a run.
And yet another productive at bat for Cade Doughty.
So Cade Doughty
That's his second RBI, or rather for Jordan Zach Arnold. Zach Arnold with his third base hit tonight, Ronnie, and you mentioned that 3 base hits would get somebody's attention. There it is.
Well, Zach Arnold and Cade Doughty do look a lot alike, though. One's number 4, one's 2. They have similar frames. And Zach Arnold's hitting like Cade Doughty here tonight. He's got 3 base hits. He's reached base another time. And, he's a guy that kind of Palmineri put him in the second inning because he didn't like the bottom of the second because Jordan Thompson had kicked a couple of balls and he wanted to get his attention. So he put Zach Arnold out there. Now, Thompson is better defensively, but Arnold is starting to swing it, which gives Palmineri something to think about over at second because it's kind of been the Arnold-Bianco competition the last few weeks and with Drew getting a number of starts. So I wonder if this may change anything this weekend.
That was his 4th RBI of the season.
Zach Arnold over there at first base. He was drafted out of high school as a middle infielder, and his bat is a little further ahead right now than his glove at the college level.
Let me restate that. That was his 4th RBI of this game.
Swing and a miss.
He had a 2-run double.
So it's going to be 0-2.
He was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded, and he had that RBI single. So a very nice day for Arnold. LSU has its biggest lead at 13-8.
13-8 to score.
Nick Ellis has faced 4 batters and 3 have reached.
Fouled off.
Mitchell Sanford, along with Mikhail Hilliard, played one summer for the Cane Cutters in the Texas-Louisiana Summer League. They were coached by Ricky Van Asselberg, who's a great player from the Alexandria area. Ricky actually this year bought and owned and coaches the Baton Rouge Rougarou, which is going to be playing ball this summer here in the capital city area.
What's the nickname?
The Baton Rouge Rougarou.
Okay.
You know what a Rougarou is?
Yeah, it's got something to do with
like a swamp creature.
Yeah. Kind of a swamp monster.
Mm-hmm. And we'll see. I'm sure maybe a couple of LSU guys may end up over there. Sometimes guys stick around here, do summer school and that kind of thing, and they need to play some games. So.
Pitch. That's going to be in the dirt.
With summer baseball probably back in full swing all around the country. Last summer some leagues played, some didn't. Some played half a season and shut down. But now with things starting to open up more around the country, Cape Cod League's back, and Texas Louisiana League's back as well.
Runners are on the move, and they'll have to return. By the way, I got a note from Steve Bugg, Parker Bugg's father. Parker Bugg recently was advanced to AAA Jacksonville. He's had 2 outings. He's faced 10 batters. Nobody's reached base.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
He has learned a really, really good split finger pitch.
Here's the pitch coming up. Benson Sanford.
6'6", Parker Bugg.
It's going to be in there for ball
two. Big old right-handed pitcher at LSU. Had some good moments for the Tigers. Excited for him, man, to watch him. There's so many former LSU players that are on the cusp of getting to the big leagues. A lot of AA, AAA guys that are out there.
The Marlins are not awash in pitching either.
Yep.
Bugg has been a member of that organization since he left LSU.
Look, this LSU offense, I'm going to tell you, they've been.
So we'll see.
Pitch has been absolutely
good guy, Parker Bugg.
Ringers, but the truth of the matter is, this offense, I'm going to tell you, it's absolutely just powering it on tonight. 13 runs. Here's the pitch. High fly ball.
Bates, the center fielder, has room, now retreats and comes back for it, and he's got it.
It's going to be 2.
Runner tags and slides in safely at third, heads up play.
So first and third and 2 outs.
A little bit of a risky play there by Dugas, with 2 outs.
So I'm going to tell you,
tag. Usually
we can get these runs home.
With 1 out, you go back halfway.
Help us.
But the wind knocked this ball down, so the center fielder actually had some
we got a couple more innings left at 8, 9, 8 and 9.
Able to advance and now
slow these guys down.
Run for the Tigers.
LSU leading by
Braden
5.
Doty 0 for 4
Braden
tonight.
Doty 0 for 4 tonight.
He has struck out once. Here's
Came in early for
and that is in there
starting
for
catcher Jake Wyatt.
Strike 1.
And Doty
1-0 is the count.
Had the only at-bats in that position.
Pitch. Swing and a miss. So that puts him in 0-2 hole.
I wonder if Milazzo's a little nicked up because they didn't really, even when the game was close, they didn't think about putting Milazzo in there. They
Pitch coming up here.
In the first and Doty after that.
Fouled off.
I don't know, but certainly a rest on a Tuesday night before the Alabama series would not be something out of the ordinary.
Travinsky's unavailable.
This game right here, this is out of the Wazoo's right here.
Surgery.
But they're going to have Alabama this weekend. I'm going to tell you, that's another team you're going to have to win.
This is
going to be a high fly ball to left field, and it will go up the wall.
That is
and the runs will try to come in.
I believe it's been ruled a home run.
It is a home. Let's see if it is.
Is it? I mean, if there
it is, that's going to be a
he called it a home run.
So a belated.
So home run! LSU on top.
Oh, look at that 16-8. LSU dugout is fired up.
This is a guy.
So that was a nice little home run off the left field side.
He's been a bullpen catcher for the most part, and look at the smile on
I'm glad to see this young man getting a home run tonight. But he got LSU Tigers. Braden Doty
Senior.
He just popped it.
Doty family's cheered a lot of Kate Doty homers, but now they
popped it.
They get to cheer for the big brother.
So 3-run homer makes it 16-8. 4 runs.
This is his second home run this season.
The pitch was
we'll take another look at it. As he got a long inside pitch and gulped it high.
He just hit it like a golf swing. He just hit it off.
The left fielder is back, leaping, and it did look as though it hit the yellow line.
Yellow
at the top
line
of the
in
fence.
Left field.
And we're going to have a review.
And that should be a home run. Absolutely.
That's his first home run.
So if it is, it's a 3-run homer.
First home run. That's his
first this year.
16 to
first this
8,
year.
So it's So we're waiting on the Louisiana Tech call.
Congratulations to Doty for.
Well, not so fast, right? We've got to review.
No, I think we're going to be okay.
You think we're going to be okay? Look, Braden talking to
I think it's
Giovanni
a home run. I mean, give the guy a home run.
Reliving the moment.
Geez. I mean, the rain's coming down. Hopefully,
let's see right here. Watch it. If it hits the yellow line, it's a home run.
In the 8th and 9th.
And it did. And absolutely hit the yellow.
It hit the yellow line. I'm watching it right now. So, it did hit the yellow top of that yellow line.
Didn't go out by much, a couple inches, but
hand his glove right over it, but it just bounced off the yellow line.
Well, if this home run stands up, it's going to be his first career home run. We've been doing some research, getting some different input, but we believe it is going to be his first if it holds up. And they're going to take it away from him.
Oh, fuck! That was a dumbass call! That was an absolute dumbass
So the
call.
umpires have the option of
but
placing
unfortunately, it is not a home run.
Be.
So 15 to 8.
And that's his first triple this year.
So it's a triple. They'll turn
that's
it
his
into
first
a triple.
Triple.
So I feel sorry for the young man.
So he gets his
really
first
do.
career home run taken away, but he does earn his first career triple.
So he gets a triple. So runs will score. So it's 15 to 8.
Gabe Beloso at the plate.
It is not 16. It's 15.
He's first pitch swinging, and base hit. And this is going to be on the warning track.
Off the wall.
Beloso, who's hit the ball very hard tonight, collects his third hit and his second double.
So it's now 16-8. So 16-8.
Now back-to-back wall bangers for the Tigers. Now we got confirmation that, well, clearly by the overturn, that the rule here at the box. Now every park is a little different.
I thought it had to clear the yellow line.
But it had to clear the yellow line, had to actually go beyond it. Now, here at the box, there's bleachers and railings and all that right on the other side of the yellow line. So sometimes it can hit what looks like to be the yellow line and bounce back onto the field. In that case, it was clear. It hit the padding. And so that's why it was ruled a triple instead of a home run. But
yeah.
And Beloso has just responded with his 10th
looks like we're gonna
double of the season. And we've got a lightning delay right here with LSU leading 16-8.
So why did the right rain coming in Baton Rouge area?
Away, but that's within the safety zone.
So that's a 30-minute delay minimum each time there's a strike. Now, I'll be curious to see if a conversation happens here pretty soon between Paul Maneri and Lane Burroughs, the head coach for Louisiana Tech, with the score what it is late in the game.
And there is rain falling.
They can decide to say.
So let me put that up on the screen.
The rain right now is not significant enough to halt play.
Now this is interesting.
It's a little light rain. I think that's what it is.
Not if they don't finish the game in this inning, then the score would revert back to the previous inning. The ruling is you have to finish the inning. There's one out away from LSU finish the inning, or it goes back to the previous inning, which means the Doty triple, the Beloso, all
it
that
is coming
count.
down. I see it, but
you're a mean
it's
man.
not coming down.
It's not. It's a cruel joke, but it's the rules of the game.
I'm going to count it.
Well, the fans and the families will still have the memories and the moments. It just won't be in the record.
Are they going to erase the tape? All right, we have the tarp obviously being pulled by a vigorous group. You ever done that? Well, you have done that a bunch of times.
That's the one master's degree I got from
job right there.
Tarp pull. Yeah. By the way, there's not one LSU baseball player out there doing the tarp. My, how things have changed.
Oh, yeah. It used to be
it used to be
requirement.
Baseball players on dragging that tarp.
But the infield will be covered. Right now, rain is not the main culprit, but lightning is.
Yeah, so that's within 6 miles of a stadium. They can't play, so within 6 miles, cannot play.
The Tigers at the moment are leading 16-8. We are in a weather delay, specifically a lightning delay, meaning it will be a minimum of 30 minutes before we restart. We're going to say goodnight here momentarily. And, of course, if the game restarts, we will too. So, with a lightning delay, LSU has a 16-8 lead over Louisiana Tech. When play resumes, you will.
Okay, once again, we are in a weather delay. The score is 16-8. Unfortunately, Baton Rouge area is supposed to get a lot of rain tonight. So we are right now. We're in a weather delay. Lightning, once again, 6 miles within the stadium, cannot play. That's the rules of the NCAA. So that is what it is. So weather delay. Make sure I spelled it right. Weather. Right. We're in a weather delay right now. Okay, we'll go over some scores. If they're not back in 30 minutes, or maybe 20 minutes, we will let you know. The score is 16-8. LSU, let's go ahead and recap what happened in the innings. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll recap what happened. So I'm going to give you a recap of what happened. LSU scoring. Okay, LSU did score. Let's see, in the bottom of inning number 7, Zach Arnold singled. Also, Doherty tripled, and also Veloso doubled. So that was in the bottom of the 7th. Going into the so that's what happened. Louisiana Tech did score their runs. Let's see, they did score their runs in the top of the 5th. It was on a single, so LSU scored their runs in the bottom of the 6th and also in the bottom of the 7th. So the score is 16-8, LSU on top. Right now, we're currently in a weather delay. We're waiting for the for confirmation. If we get the confirmation, we'll bring it to you. Okay, let's go through the stats. Go through the box scores. Okay, tonight we'll go through tonight's box score. One on the screen. Okay, Morgan went 4 for 5. Cruz went 2 for 4. Dugas went 2 for 4. Doherty went 0 for 4. Also, Thompson did not bat. Arnold went 3 for 4 tonight. Good night for him. Giovanni DiGiacomo did not bat. Sanford went 1 for 4. Wyatt did not bat. Braden Doherty, that's the young man that almost had the home run, but it was rolled a triple via NCAA rules. Beloso went 3 for 5 tonight, and also Bianco went 1 for 2 in the game for LSU. Now the pitching staff, a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pitchers tonight being used. Helmers started off his game with 1.1 innings. He gave up 3 hits, 3 runs. 2 of them was earned. He also walked 2, struck out 0. Hastings also had an inning and a half. He gave up 2 hits, 1 run. 1 was earned. He did walk none, struck out 2. Miles, he had a minute and an inning, 0.1 inning, so it was 1.0. He gave up 3 hits, 2 runs. 1 was earned. Did not strike out anybody. Fowler came in. Also had an inning, a 2. He had given up 2 hits, 2 runs. 2 of them was earned. Walked 1, struck out 2. Money also came in. He did give up a hit, but no strikeouts, no walks. And also Bentmeyer, before the weather delay, came in. Had 1 hit given up, and let's see, he had let's see, he had no strikeouts and no walks. LSU totally had let's see, their strikeouts to walk ratio was 4 to 3, so strikeout to walk ratio was 4 to 3. So once again, your score is 16-8. LSU once again in the weather delay here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So we will go ahead and I'll send it over to, we'll go ahead and put in the Biloxi Shuckers game for you. So we'll go ahead and put seconds to get that set up. We will set that up for you. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up in just a second. We'll set up. So we're going to go to 12. So we'll have that game for you in just a second. Let me send this up. If you're in here, please be patient with us. We're trying to get everything set up. Okay, looks like the Shuckers are not playing tonight neither. They're also in a rain delay in the Biloxi area, so it looks like everybody's the rain looked like it's definitely coming in. So I don't know if they're going to have this game finished. So once again, we'll wrap up tonight. Final score score is 16-8 LSU leading in the bottom of the 7th. We will wrap up tonight. So once again, everybody have a good rest of your evening. Thanks for coming in. 11 viewers. I appreciate you coming in. So, but once again, they're in a weather delay, so there's nothing we can do about it. So we're going to wrap up. We will be back on tomorrow with schedule special, the Saints, and also Pelicans basketball right after schedule special. So we will see y'all tomorrow.